We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
They just took me down memory lane.
Oh, did I write that song?
It sounds like one of yours.
I don't know if it's an afterlife thing going on or whatever it is. I used to fall asleep with the headphones on my ears, listening to my man sing The Reasons.
Oh, man, I used to chill with my uncle outside while he was drinking and slit smoked liquor against that Blue Regal with his homies.
What?
And they used to be playing this, and I used to be just absorbing that energy.
Whatever happened to the falsetto, man? Where is he?
But you know what? And all that to say,
yes.
Rest in peace to Maurice White. We dedicate
Rest in
this
peace,
song.
Maurice.
Yeah, we dedicate this show to him, along with Vanity, because we just lost him.
Oh, well, Maurice White, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was a man of the science.
Yeah.
And he knows there's no such thing as death.
Wow.
So wherever you are, my brother, wherever you are, because I know you're somewhere in the galaxy, peace and love to you. And we need more falsetto songs like The Reasons.
Yeah.
And peace and love to the essence of Vanity as well, too.
Wow, yeah. Yeah.
Welcome back to Superforce Radio, the Urban Lounge of Radio TV. I'm your host, Eddie Lamont, the pace setter, along with
Tasha Aset, the Divine Feminine.
Oh, my God. You look amazing.
Give thanks. Give thanks.
This is another week, another Friday,
Mm-hmm.
back at Superforce Radio.
Mm-hmm.
We want to welcome all our followers, listeners, and viewers who follow us. Thank you for coming back and listening to what it is we have to say once again, because I'm sure there's something in there that can save your life, right?
Mm.
And so TGIF.
And thanks for the support. We've been getting mad love, from the viewers, mad shares on the Facebook.
That's right.
And, just lovely compliments.
That's right.
And comments.
Yeah. And this is our fourth show. 4 is a powerful number. It deals with foundation and some other things. And as far as supreme mathematics is concerned, freedom culture. So here's the time for us to express ourselves and deliver what it is we have to deliver.
Yes.
To reinstill our culture.
Mm.
So we're free to do such things so we can once again reawaken the giants, right?
That's right.
And so to all my Moors out there, Islam, happy holy day. Huh? Yeah. Peace and love to the Moors. I want to say peace and love to the gods in the earth throughout the universe. I want to say assalamu alaikum to the nation of Islam. Hallelujah. Amen to my Christian family, right?
Right.
And peace and love, loved ones, whether you're blood or a Crip. Peace and love, whether you're just down with the movement. We are all here together.
Peace and love to the Black Panthers and the Kemetic African scientists.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. See, that's power.
We don't leave out anyone. We don't discriminate. This is for all of us that are raising the bar, seeking knowledge, the truth seekers.
I'll have some water to that.
Aha.
Is
Alkaline,
this really water
that
in
is.
my cup? Yeah, this is really water.
Yes. Shh, don't tell nobody.
I mean, so this is our fourth show.
Mm-hmm.
We had some incredible guests on our show, just recapping. And we had a sister that you invited down to the show.
Sister Precious.
Sister Precious,
yes.
right. And I like to call her...
She was the life coach.
Extraordinaire.
Yes.
Basically told us how to look in the mirror and get ourselves together.
Yes, she did.
And
Yes,
know
she
that
did.
we are that power.
Yes.
Right. So that's a beautiful thing. Peace out to you, Precious.
What about her lovely twin sister, Lady Gray, over at Nap Tapestry?
Oh,
They be tapping the
peace
back
out
of
to
them
Nap
naps.
Tapestry.
Right, right.
Yappity yap, nappity nap. Don't come back. They doing something with them naps.
And
over
when we say naps, it's a good thing. You know, we love the naps. You know, they try to make it a negative, but we know that that's that non-ether curling up to the sun rays.
Did you say non-ether?
That's that non-ether.
Man.
9, 6, 9, so divine.
I made a decision, right? And I said, when we start doing these shows, I'm gonna start bringing a dictionary.
Right.
I brought a dictionary today.
Look at you. Is that a black law?
Thank you for stealing the surprise. But yes, that's a Black's Law Dictionary. But we have that this magnificent book, 4th edition, by the way.
Oh.
Right, for a specific purpose, because of course we all know that Superforce Radio is all about enlightenment, huh?
Right.
And basically uplifting fallen humanity.
Can I just tap into this, because I know we kind of wanted to say this together. So
I'm all
Precious, she's a life coach who taps into the spiritual engagement. So thank you for recapping the word, so I could say, she liked to refer to herself as the spiritual engagement person.
The spirit. So she's like
so
the bridge. Like she's the bridge.
Yeah.
She's the aqueduct.
Yeah, right.
The one who we can travel through.
And also her father is also Camus Dawood. He wrote the poem Leimert Park.
Oh,
so if you heard that brother, he's been all over the world. So shouts out to the legendary Camus Dawood. Hopefully we'll see you on our show soon. Not hopefully, we will see you soon on our show.
We call it into existence. Right?
That's right.
Yeah, we speak it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden
please carry on with this great information. I didn't mean to take you off track.
No.
We got so much information. We got some wonderful entertainers up in here. I'm excited to see them.
Oh yeah.
I'll say them, they're a surprise right now. And these brothers I have in the house today, be prepared to be floored.
Yeah. It's time for us to build the new palaces.
Oh yeah. Time to take over.
Restore the old palaces, right? And
get my Stevie on right now.
Move back into our homes.
Right.
So I want to give a peace to the God Shala out there in Brooklyn. Another more. It's my man. We got like over 35 years.
You've been telling me about that brother.
Oh,
really knowledgeable.
Brother.
I hear he will be calling in
another aqueduct
on shows.
Yeah.
Soon.
He'll be calling in as a
some
matter of fact.
Shows.
We're definitely engaged in some heavy conversation, and the number here is 323-473-3100. Am I not correct?
That's 323-473-3100.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Man, I did that in one shot. My memory is getting better. However, it's hard for me to remember my own songs. I got to get that together. Right? So anyway, this show is all about enlightenment. And speaking to my brother Shala from Brooklyn, a couple of days ago, he says to me, hey, God, I got something to tell you. I said, what's that? He said, well, did you read the letter that the Pope sent Barack Obama? I said, no, I didn't read that letter. He said, you need to read that letter that the Pope sent Barack Obama discussing where we're headed in this country, or what we think is a country, or what we... you feel where I'm coming from?
Really?
And so I went online, right? And you know what I did? I read that letter. And I'm like, wow. So that's the letter that encouraged me to bring the Black's Law Dictionary.
What? Okay.
And the reason why we have to bring the Black's Law Dictionary, reading a letter like that, because it's all based on law, right?
So are you going to read that letter?
I'm going to do my best to get through the letter, to bring some points forward, so we as a people who don't know what's going on can finally say to ourselves, oh, really?
Wow.
So this is a powerful letter that the Pope...
Thank you for bringing that type of information, because, who's sitting around reading that right now? I mean, have you read the letter that the Pope sent to Obama?
Not the common people. Well, you know what the common people are doing right now, right? Something called turning it up.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
Friday night.
You know, we
Sure.
turning it up.
Ain't no wrong
You know what I'm
turning it
saying?
up every now and then.
Yeah, that's what we doing.
Right.
We need to be turning on these laptops. Huh?
Turn the page
Yeah.
in the newspaper.
All right. So here we go with
Damn.
this letter, right?
Speaking
And,
of
you know,
turning
some words here. But man, how this dude opened up is mean. You know what I mean? So he says, issued to all members of the domestic police forces, U.S. Marshal Service, the Provost Marshal, members of the American Bar Association, and the American Armed Services. These organic American states of the Union, that's the United States of America, major, in parentheses, right? We'll get back to that. Exercising plenary civil power upon the land nearby appoint General Carter F. Ham to lead and command the Grand Army of the Republic and his successors under the guidance of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and with their full support. Let's stop right there. We're not going to do this whole letter in one show. Of course not, because we got to go through this thing now. This guy said something about the Grand Army of the Republic. What is that?
Oh, I don't know, because I was looking for happy birthday, Barack Obama.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Shouts out to the U.S. Army.
You
but
know-
it sounds like on the on the other side of
you
the
said
Richter
happy
scale right about
birthday.
now. But it
you-
sounds nothing like I thought you would, how you would read it. It's,
no,
you would need this dictionary
Yo,
to
you need
read
that.
along.
You need that. But you said happy birthday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this is exactly what we're talking about
Mm-hmm.
here. The birth of what? Right.
Mm.
You know, this is the birth of something. So this guy sends the letter in and it's issued to the members of the domestic police forces,
Mm-hmm.
right? And marshal services, the provost marshal. If you don't know what the provost marshal is, a policing force under the military, and they handle a lot of federal affairs of what's going on. And this guy is saying the members of the Bar Association, people do, the American Bar Association. Do we know what the American Bar Association
lawyers,
is?
how-
Yeah, these
when they
a member
come into
of the
grad
bar.
school.
All right, so then we go down to the organic American states, right? And there is a such thing that
Organic American
organic. What
states?
is that? Organic.
With the first 13 colonies,
Oh,
supposedly.
you want it,
Okay.
right?
But it's like you have to put this thing together.
Yeah, you
It's
have
not
to put-
simple at
you-
all,
you're
but
putting
you
it
have to
together.
look deeper.
So he's
Yeah.
sending this letter, and it says, should it become necessary to suppress commercial mercenary forces operating under the guise of being federal government agencies, commercial mercenary forces.
Mercenary.
Right.
Whoa.
So, well, first we got to deal with the term commercial first. You know, dealing with the aspect of capitals or caps.
See, y'all got to
Because
have
this-
a more
this-
in the corner.
No,
You know what I
I'm
mean?
just
We
saying,
got to.
I don't
You
want to
know,
take
peace,
too
Morris.
peace and love, because when we deal with the 14th Amendment,
Right.
because they call
And remind us what the
some
14th
quote,
Amendment
unquote,
say.
Well, when you call yourself black, African American, or whatever title that they put under the 14th Amendment, you've coming into a commercial status, right? A corporation. So this guy is talking about. Should it become necessary to suppress commercial mercenary forces? Suppress. When you suppress something, you're condensing it. You're suppressing it. You're hiding it. You're hiding it. You're trying to keep it out of the public eyes. So it's not public information. So now we're in a corporate capacity, aka commercial, dealing with commercial forces operating under something called the United States of America, but what they don't tell you is after America, there's something called Inc., which means incorporated. So this is this letter right here is very intense, right? And so what I'm showing right now in these valuable minutes is that we are not in the status politically that we need to be in, if you can follow me. Right, because this is all about status, right? So what status are we in as a people? A commercial status? Well, for us to be in the commercial status, that means that we are not being recognized as humans. People as of flesh and blood. We're just being recognized as a thing that's being governed under someone else's jurisdiction. So when we go into something called these quasi venues, which is AKA the courts, right? We're not entering as a human being, we're entering under a corporate capacity. So we're not looked at as humans. What we're looked at is something called chattel, right? Which is chattel, cattle, you know.
You know me, I call it cat.
Well, you know, hey, it is. Well, so, all right, this is a long letter, but I just want to mention this, right? Because this is, man, this is incredible. So
Where could one go and
just
look
Google
up
it.
the letter themselves?
Okay, we take these laptops.
Right.
Do we know what a laptop is?
Yes.
Oh, we take these laptops, right? And we just go to Google.
Because we want to make sure you're not making.
No, I'm not making this up. I wish people could read along with me.
For themselves and look with their own.
Well,
eyes.
if our people is out there hearing, you know, listening right now, 323-473-3100, we could talk about it. We got the computers right here. So the last paragraph, second to last paragraph, I'm gonna read both of these, right? This is what the Pope says, right? He says, "We note that the current circumstances is in part of the result of criminal acts engaged in 150 years ago, which resulted in the commercial enslavement of African Americans who were summarily claimed as claimed as chattels, backing U.S. government debt in the wake of the Civil War." This is when something called the Lieber Act comes into play, which is a document that Abraham Lincoln signed back in the 1800s. And if we look up the Lieber Act, we find some incredible things. And the Lieber Act basically, it's a code, the Lieber Code of April the 24th, 1863, also known as Instructions for the Government of Armies of the United States in the Field. Wow. General Order Number 100, or Lieber Instructions, was an instruction signaled by President Abraham Lincoln to the Union forces of the United States during the American Civil War that dictated how soldiers should conduct themselves in wartime. Its name reflects this offer and things of that nature, and then it goes into just giving you a basic background of what's going on with this thing. And where are we? Right. So the document insisted upon the humane, ethical treatment in populations in occupied areas, in which the first expressly codified law that expressly forbade power, or how much power military forces can exert. Right. So that's the Lieber Code back there.
That's a lot of information.
No, it's a lot of information,
okay.
and it could become a little tedious.
Yes.
But the last paragraph that I want to read is, despite every act of abolition and declaration of the prohibition against slavery, it has been the policy of the United States government to enslave its citizens, small c, to operate as a rogue state among the nations of the world. Instead of freeing African Americans, the sum total result of the Civil War was to vastly expand public sector ownership of slaves, giving rise to the outrageous and improper claims that we are dealing with today. It is uniquely fitting that the Grand Army of the Republic is recalled to settle this circumstance in favor of the people. Now, that's the last paragraph, right? So this is a letter that the Pope had wrote to Obama, and is basically talking about this Grand Army is going to recall and settle certain circumstances in the favor of the people. But if you're not in your proper status as a person, this doesn't apply to you. I remember when Hurricane Katrina did what she did, and the helicopters flew over the buildings in New Orleans, right? And do you know how they labeled the people on their roofs looking for safety?
How?
They labeled them as refugees. You know, this was 2005.
Refugees?
Refugees. So, and this was CNN, CNBC, right? And I said to myself, a refugee? Why are they calling these people refugees? As a matter of fact, those are my peoples, because I'm sure they were born there in New Orleans,
right,
and they have families there. So they're not refugees. They're citizens with a capital C.
Right.
But, you know, after doing research and finding out the status that we hold, that simply clarified why we're called refugees. Because we're not in the common fold of the Constitution, which is the supreme law of the land. So if you're not within the Constitution, the supreme law of the land, you're outside the fold of the Constitution, thus an outlaw, a refugee.
That's deep.
And these are 14th Amendment citizens. So I'm just saying, right?
Right.
So I'm not going to drag this thing out, but I'm just saying that we need to know our place in society today. So when the grand army of the Republic comes through, you know what to tell them. Because anything other than that, you know what? You're a part of what's going on. You're a part of your property, in other words. And that's why they use this term called chattel. So I just wanted to bring that to light. I hope I wasn't too draining.
No, you was. That's some enlightenment information.
You
for
know,
those who
but I mean,
that route.
come on, people. How lazy can we be? First, we didn't want to first we didn't want to open the book.
Right.
But now all you got to do is just flip the laptop open and boop, 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 boop. You could use one finger to do that. You know what I'm saying? And let's find out who we are, find out what our political status is, and let's correct that. So I got to go back to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, because if we don't do anything, what we need to do is nationalize.
Beautiful.
And that's just putting yourself in the proper jurisdiction of law so you can correct your political status, and we could become something called nationals, and you can nationalize and be that first-class citizen.
Oh, can we take in that information and take a break?
Man, come on, man. Are you sick?
Hell, man.
Hey, now check it out, man.
That got you heated
Yeah.
up.
Hey, check it out. Check it out. Hey, man. I did that. What? Did I do 24 minutes by myself like that?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
It's not enough time.
It's not
Time
enough
never
time.
was when man was not. Superforce Radio, the Urban Lounger Radio TV. I'm sitting here with the star, Tasha Arcette, the divine feminine, the grand poet.
The grand poets. And we're going to return with some amazing guests that's up in the building today.
Yeah.
So please feel free to call in at 323-473-3100.
3100.
That is 323-473-3100. You're listening to LA Talk Live.
Hey, check it out. Let's go into track 16. My man, Ben. Ben is supposed to be showing up, appearing today. Abracadabra like a genie. You know. And, oh, well, that's not Ben. That's me right there. It's,
He's
you
so
know.
funny. He's gonna get it.
you know, I mean, it's all good. Music is
Look
music.
at the engineer back there doing his thing, going in and.
I see an unk in my presence. There's an unk on the other side of the table, and we're going to get to that too.
Ashe.
Peace and love. This is my man Ben right here on the track that him and I had did a couple of years ago. But check it out. It's about the universe. Galactical Wristwear. Peace and love. Mars to Africa. Superforce Radio, the Urban Lounger Radio TV, baby. And we'll be right back after these messages.
Sail away, we pass the moon. Eyes on Venus, Jupiter soon. The Milky Ways, the cats at play. You're hotter than Mercury, yet cold like Pluto. Falling stars, sick like Cujo. I meteorite, my bars in flight. Hold you tight like the sun, you keep it warm. Flood the moon, the stars are born. Constellate your wrist, let me tell you this here one time. For light years, you'll be mine. Shattered through my 9, way past the boom. I gave the earth and held on to Neptune. Come on, soon. Put your face on Mars next to mine and prove I'm the beginning of time. Strangers, Uranus arranged this, and soon you'll learn your savage yearns.
And if they want us, baby, they can't get us, baby, 'cause we're far away. And if they get us, baby, they'll be lucky, maybe, but we're far away. Sail away, past the moon, eyes on Venus, Jupiter soon. Glowing
face on Mars next to mine. The proof I'm the beginning of time. Soon, put your face on Mars next to mine to prove I'm the beginning of time. Strangers, 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 strangers. Uranus arranged this. Soon you'll learn your Saturn's yearn, huh?
Wow. Wow. Ben, peace and love, Ben. And I'm sure when you get here, my brother. Welcome back to Superforce Radio, the Urban Lounger Radio TV, where it's all about the upliftment of fallen humanity. Right?
Right.
So,
That mic is sizzling.
and I'm still looking at this letter, right? And so all legal fictions, entities, however, structured and named after the American states and American state citizens, capital C here, are returned to them in their control, free and clear of any debt, promise, encumbrance, or obligations alleged against them as a result of false claims made in their behalf by officers of the United States of America, Inc., and the United States, Inc., or by any foreign officials operating the United States of America minor, in parentheses, major in parentheses, minor in parentheses. What does that mean? Or the United Nations city-states falsely claiming to represent them or have jurisdiction over them. This is what we need to be talking about in these rhymes. This is what we need to be rhyming about. This is what we need to be making a couple more, well, I think there are more poems on this topic than rhymes. So I'm not even going to, shun the poetry community, the spoken word community. I'm a part of that. You're a part of that. We're letting that be heard through spoken word. However,
well, there's some that's taking a stand to those type of issues.
Yeah.
That's hot off the press.
Am I being too hard?
You may be being too hard.
Right.
It's passionate.
Well,
You're passionate.
Well, the passion
is what is needed. We need people like you. Who's going around hearing that today? We needed to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
Because I don't want to be,
No.
I don't want to come off
That's
like,
just right. Rah, rah,
rah. Pastor,
Yeah,
pan.
right. But you know what?
The pastor that passed the pan around to
we
collect
already
those.
lost enough time playing. You know what I mean? So sometimes it got to be out there and in your face. You see what I'm saying?
So tying all of this into the
Right.
entertainment industry,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And looking at where artists are today, looking at what the beautiful display, subliminal
Yes.
message that Beyonce put before the media,
Okay.
just to make you think, why did she do that?
Okay.
Or who told her to do that?
Let me
Oh, what's-
first
Yeah,
start off by doing this
Yeah,
because it's really man, it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Over the Super Bowl weekend, Beyonce, she showed her video Formation, right?
Right.
And it showed her and her sisters with the Black Panthers outfits out there shaking it up, fist up in the air.
Right.
Police cars going underwater.
All right.
She had the Moorish brother standing up on the porch. Shout out to her for that video, man. You
The
know
Moor-
what I'm saying? If I ever
A brother had a fez on in that
Yeah,
video?
my brother had a fez on in the video. So if
Uh-oh.
I ever had any respect for Beyonce, it was that day. I said, wow, she did that. She made a statement. But then at the same time, I was saying, my other mom was saying, why is she doing this? What made her do that?
Mm.
Is she doing it because it's a fad, or is she meaning that from the heart? You know, either way it goes, I can give her big ups for doing that. So to chime in more on these type of things, I brought in these two magnanimous artists. You know, I like to listen to things that keep me focused. I like to listen to conscious music. And then, don't get me twisted right now. I listen to other things too. Trust me, I do have Future and Drake, but I like to listen to hear what they're talking about.
Right.
And how their music works.
Right.
Okay. So when it comes
How
to
their music works.
how the music works, it's kind of like a little magical spell to it, you know?
Man.
So when it comes to tapping into the hearts of people mentally,
Right.
I brought this brother on, right? This
Right.
brother been seen all throughout the city of Los Angeles. If you've ever visited any poetry venues or just out and about and you want to hear some spoken word, you're going to come across this beautiful brother. His name is Eternal Mind. Peace and love, brother.
Peace and love, Eternal Mind. Yeah.
Come on up to that mic and tell us a little something about yourself.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just watch brothers do it well.
Right.
I just study, like you know, a lot of my peoples back east. I just watched them.
You from the East Coast?
Yeah, a lot of my people's back east. So big
From
shout
where?
out, Qasim Allah, Ainsley's Burroughs,
Yeah, peace and love.
Shaka,
Yeah.
Chris Slaughter, so many, Brother Earl, Abiel Doom, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so these is the brothers and sisters, Mahogany Brown, who's from out here, but she in New York now too.
Right.
but
You a
just,
native New Yorker?
Yeah, I was born in Mount Vernon, and
Okay.
then had a little, between New York and the Midwest. Yeah, so
Money earning, Mount Vernon.
So
in
these-
the Bronx, you know what I mean. So they was like early '90s, watching them just do their thing and just studying and I was like, yo. That's it.
Right.
Before I was like, yo, I want to be the rapper.
Right,
Rap star, right?
Right.
So I was writing rhymes, whatever, but I was like, yo.
What do you
it's
choose to
like
talk about in your artistry?
life, the things that most people aren't speaking about, and try to give a little twist to it, you know what I mean? And my thing is about putting out information
Right.
that's going to provoke thought,
Right.
right? I want people to come up to me and let's get into a dialogue afterwards.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yo, what
What
you
beautiful.
mean by that right there? Or,
Let's talk about this,
yeah,
right.
That's it.
Right.
Let's build.
Right.
Well, okay, so this brother, he introduced himself. Now, we have another guest, right? This brother, man, we go back for about 2 years now. We've been crossing paths with one another. We
Eons.
performed together at the Karaz African Science Center.
Oh yeah, I heard at the center,
Yeah.
the Karaz Center.
Yeah, shouts out to the Karaz Center.
Peace and
Mary
love to
Kyrod
Karaz.
and the
Yeah,
brothers
that's
up there.
right. Peace and love, my
love you
brothers.
guys. And this brother, when he comes out on stage, right, he just bring this like fire and he just owns it. He just like, I'm like, 1 minute he's sitting there quiet like, I'm going to school, and then the next minute he just like walking through like a boss. Like, who is this dragon?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
he got that dragon energy.
Right.
Like, so he comes in there and he rips the mic, but he conveys with so much power and so much knowledge and teaching, and he's talking about the hustle of life and the struggle of what we have to go through as people.
Right.
Especially when you're determined to graduate, when you want to get that paper.
Right.
So next up on the mic right here, Chaotic the Hustler, a.k.a. the young Malcolm X with the PhD.
Yeah.
My little mini people ain't here to be doing the applause, but I got to give a shout out applause right now. Let's give them applause right now. Chaotic the Hustler.
Chaotic the Hustler.
So he's going to introduce himself, and then we're going to get back to this conversation.
Yeah.
Yes, like she said, my artist name is Chaotic the Hustler. Chaotic stands for keeping all your own thoughts in control. So positive mentalism. Because as you guys already know, the number one law of the universe is mentalism. So that's where my artist name comes in. I have about 2 albums out right now. My first album is called Grads. Stands for Granting Resources Amongst Diverse Students. And it's a 5-track EP. I moved about 20,000 units, worldwide.
What?
So, yeah. Shout out to everybody that caught my first album.
Yeah.
Grads. And then I just released a new album, Grads to Riches. It's not rags to riches, it's grads to riches because currently I'm studying for my doctorate of business. So in about a year and a half, I'll be the doctor of the music industry.
Woo.
So
That's what I'm talking
14 tracks, written, produced, engineered by myself.
Say no more.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the Enlightenment album.
Yeah.
That's what I call it.
Yeah, that's
about. Okay.
that's-
Now, okay.
Yes.
So, like I say, these brothers right here, they're like the hottest thing in L.A.
Right.
My opinion, and many other people's opinion.
Right,
Right? They're
right.
like on the underground scene.
I'm with it.
So now, so Beyonce comes out on Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce is beautiful, sexy. She draws the crowd. She got that power. You know what I'm saying? Very smart. Although many may not say so because they feel like she's under a spell or this and that. But she makes some
Debatable.
serious moves.
Debatable.
But she makes some serious moves. What do you all think of her video Formation? Started with you, Eternal.
Did you see it?
The one at halftime?
Yeah, the one
Or
at
and the
halftime.
actual video.
No, the actual video formation, right? Natasha, are you
'Cause it was
speaking
two.
of?
She did the performance at
Yeah.
halftime, and then she actually had
Of the video formation, right?
that was released prior
Right.
to the halftime performance.
Have you seen the video?
Yes. I
Okay,
have
what do
seen
you
the
think
video.
about the video?
I was like, oh, I didn't really have. I wasn't. A lot of people were like, yo, that was like so revolutionary, right? And for me, I felt it was revolutionary for her, right?
Okay.
In her space,
Right.
right? Because, we have many artists who've done things on that stage at a much, higher
Right.
frequency.
Right.
You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Have you seen the one when
so-
Prince did Purple Rain and it started to rain when he was doing Purple Rain?
I did not see that.
Oh my God! I thought that was just so moving right there.
You know,
see that?
I would like to share something. Right?
Uh-huh.
So when we're watching videos like that,
Mm-hmm.
or we're driving, traveling down the roadways, byways, and highways, and we see these businesses with certain signs and symbols, that's what they are. And so the elite operate and communicate with one another through something called signs and symbols.
That's
right?
true.
So when we're observing videos like a Beyonce, like the Formation video, and I want our people out there to really tune into what it is we're saying. Shout out to LA Talk Live for providing such a venue
Yes.
where we can induce the absolute truth, right? Peace and love, Rich Carr, I love you. So looking at Beyonce's video, right? Man, loaded with signs and symbols, man.
Yes, it was.
So if you just tuned into turning it up, you're gonna miss what they was actually showing. So she's still on the car hood, under the water. The water's sinking. Water's a very powerful thing. She was standing on a square. These Masonic occult terms. Saying a lot.
I didn't catch the
So on a
square.
police
Thank you for
car,
that.
you see the crescent
Yeah.
and the star.
Right.
What do you mean? Water sinking on top of a police car, standing on a square with the crescent and the star. What are you telling the elites? You see, this is how intellectuals are seeing that. Some scholars are seeing that. And this is where a lot of the flack is coming from, because you have those individuals that know how to read the signs and the symbols that are saying, hold on, what's going on? So I just wanted to throw that up in there,
Right.
because this is how deep these videos are. And it's always been about the signs and symbols. It's just that the common mind don't see that.
So what
You
happens
see.
when they when they start hearing this conscious music?
Right.
What do you think? And I'm gonna direct that to you, Asar.
Yeah.
What do you think when these youngsters start hearing this conscious music? What do you think what happened to them? What do you are they tapping into some type of frequency or opening their mind to make them, on another level, or make them think a little more in depth about themselves?
Right. I definitely feel like they may be interested or, want to know what it's more about. But I also feel like with the whole conscious movement, it's like a trend, It's a trend that is really becoming popular right now. And, whenever trends, formulate, they're just going to follow the leader. So Beyonce is trying to act like she's a leader. So, the youth can follow her, and she'll probably, end up leading them down the wrong road because she's not really, a real conscious leader. She's just a leader in the music industry. So she has the power to do that. That's what I feel, personally.
Man,
Yeah, I have a question for you, Mr. Lamont, because
Yes.
I know
Sure.
you like to go in deep on things.
Bring it on,
and
man.
subjects.
Here it is,
This
Superforce.
brother all day. I mean, you can't make a move. There's a zero next to the V, and he's
That
always
means
working something out. And
something.
that's beautiful because he says everything means something.
It does.
I mean, we look at colors, red, love, war energy. Everything is about something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, so I noticed that lately, let's say from Empire and also Empire.
Empire.
Right? Okay, so nothing against gay people,
No.
nothing against them. But what I'm saying is the brother that got up and the one of the lead singers, I don't know his name right now. I'm not watching it. I don't watch it all the time, but the brother, they did a video and he had on some Black Panther attire. And he raised his fist, but the brother was
Right.
gay,
The oldest
right.
brother. His real name is Smody or Smiley. I forgot the brother's name.
Right.
And so your question to that.
But what I'm saying in comparison, it's always lately when they've been showing the Panthers, it's always some kind of gay back. What is the word I'm looking for?
Feminization.
Feminization
Right,
to it. It's always like it's balanced off with feminization instead of letting it be strong
Right.
and stand alone.
Right.
They always have to say, well, look at this that's going on. So we see the brother from Empire. He's pumping a fist, and then we say, okay, this brother's gay. Then we go to Beyonce's video, and she's shaking and jumping and gyrating and stuff and pumping her fist.
Right.
And then
Turning it up.
we say, who supported this and who supported her on the on that particular day, and it was backed up by the gay and lesbian.
What is it? The LBGT.
The LBGT, right. So it was kind of supported by them. So why is it always supported by them when it comes to us doing our thing?
Well,
is it to? I'm just a little confused. And like I say, nothing against that because people are making moves, but I just see it often now.
people are people, right?
Mm-hmm.
The LBGT community,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Which is very powerful.
It's very powerful.
Powerful.
They, they're people.
Right.
They're people. And they have a powerful message that they would like to express as well too.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going on now? Not to take anything away from their lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
is that whenever we as a people build something, there's always a strategy behind that to tear it down. And so when we're in the midst of quote unquote raising or building strong men and beautiful women, they always inject something, whether it's some crazy form of machoism or some ill form of feminization to destroy the manly aspect, the masculine aspect of what it's going to take for us to journey through our travels as quote unquote black people. So we see that, and we have a lot of people that like to take advantage of that. But you know what? We as one, whether you're gay or you're straight, whatever you want to call yourself, we are a people. We have commonalities, whether it's the hue or our beliefs or our spiritual, whatever it is, right? And we need to move as one. So this is my
And so
thing.
is this the okay? So
Yes.
now we're getting somewhere.
Right.
Are we not doing enough because we always need some other outside group to come and help us along the way? You know what I'm saying? Where are we at behind certain things, the power, the battery packs to put out certain things? Like, why aren't we doing our own Oscars and things
think
like
that's
that?
by
Why are we
design.
sitting back? It's by design, but something has to be done.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
We
Yes.
keep-
Anybody
I
wanna
was just
do
going to
that?
say we keep focusing on symptoms, right? So if I keep you focused on the symptom, then I can keep on bringing in different drugs to cure the symptom that I say you have. So now it's 50 million different things going on and 50 million different people trying to come up for solutions for that symptom, but no one dealing with the source. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we get distracted by the symptoms and we never key in on the source.
You know, a wise man once said, if you want to get rid of the symptoms or the system, you don't destroy the web, you destroy the spider, and you ensure that that system is never has the ability to recreate itself. So you're right. We have to destroy the source. So all these little things that we're talking about, whether it's the gay society or whether it's this or whether it's that, there's an agenda. There's an agenda to suppress a certain type of people or a certain type of nation or whatever it is. We could use many terms for it. What we need to do is come up out of the minuscule, the things that don't even matter, you know, as far as getting our point across and unify. Anything else is just a fragment of obstruction, you know, to distract us, to keep us away from the goal. And that's basically what's going on. So all these things, I don't care if you're standing next to me and you're a part of the that community, the gay community, this community, that community. We have something in common. And what do we have in common? We need to get over there to get rid of that. Well, let's make that happen.
So
and
question.
along in that travel, we'll work the rest out.
So is the Panthers or the New Panthers movement trendy now? Or
Oh, that's a beautiful. That's beautiful.
Will it be just
You mean
trendy?
commercialized, right?
Will it be trendy or will it be commercialized?
There
now?
you go. Like-
will we
like
just use it as a fashion?
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Throw that uncle on over there, put your hair in afro, twist the locks up. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think I definitely think that this is, you know, we live in America, you know, and America is a capitalist. This is just a capitalist country. So, is the conscious community something to capitalize on? Definitely.
Is
And
it?
is Beyonce doing that? She is, you know. So, you know, I just refer that back to capitalism. You know, whatever's hot, and you can make money off of it. You know the Uncle Tom or whatever that white guy is at the top. You know, he wants his cut. So, you know, he's seeing that we're starting to unify and spend those black dollars with each other. And he was like, hey, you know, what's going on? You know, his pockets may be getting short. So he wants to continue getting them black dollars, you know? Come spend with us.
Yeah, come spend with us, and we're spending
3
to 8 trillion dollars.
So if they spend
a
with
year.
Black Lives Matter,
Yeah.
who helped fund Jay-Z, Jay-Z and Beyonce, they gave 1.5 million to
I heard about
I
Black
think it was
Lives Matter.
it was 1.7.
Seven.
Let's
trying
not
to
forget
get that
about that
back.
extra 200,000.
Right.
They want that
Who
back.
was backed up by the what's
Right.
the name?
You-
The gay
That's
and
an
lesbian.
investment.
Right, you know, man, that's you're dropping some jewels
We're
right
dropping
now.
some jewels. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no.
Help me sharpen the tool. So
yeah,
why I
we're
drop the
about-
jewels?
we're about to sharpen
All
it right now.
Okay.
Because in today's time, right? Whenever we see that quote unquote organization jumping in on what they may call the bandwagon,
Right.
or like the brothers expressed over the table today, the fad. You know what I mean?
Right.
To get in so they could cash in on black bucks, right?
Right.
We have to ask who's
Who's funding?
Who's funding?
And before I
these
lose my train of
people?
thought, when they donated that money, when we say Black Lives Matter, who getting the money?
Yeah.
Who lives really matter?
You know, is that
Is the hood
copyrighted?
getting
You know what I'm saying?
Black Lives Matter. Cause
Yeah,
we
it's
need to,
copyright.
yeah,
So
yeah,
they
we need to
say, so
copyright
who's getting that
that.
money? So the people that's backing up the gay and lesbian community, they pocketing that.
All right.
So-
Yeah, we're getting deep right now. All right, so
I just
because
wanted to
because
just
this
say,
is
you know
this
what
is
I
not
mean?
about
Yeah, yeah.
offending any.
It's not about the gender. It's
organization.
about who
It's
getting the
about,
dough.
right, putting
And
the
who-
light on the
who's-
table.
right.
Find out what's going where.
Right. That's all I'm
Filtration.
saying. Who's getting the money? That's
Right.
all.
Because the only thing I care about is truth.
Right.
Right? The truth and in the spirit. Because I know this is my brother right here.
Mm-hmm.
He sleeps next to me every night. I wake up and you know what? All my money is gone.
Mm.
However, the other man with a different shade of hue or whatever you want to call it, right? I'm in a dire situation. His hand is extended to pull me up out of the abyss. Right? So saying and seeing things like that, a lot of people say that blood is thicker than whatever. However, that brother wasn't related to me. However, he cared about my well-being. He uplifted a falling comrade, or
Damn.
whatever you want to label it as.
Right.
So we have to look deeper and further beyond this blood aspect and deal with the spiritual realms, the unseen realms, the true reality of what it is that we're doing.
So, in looking a little
Yes.
deeper,
Right? I'm here.
Eternal Mind, can you give me a poem or
Now
something
we
to
talk.
marinate on
Thank you.
after that
Finally.
conversation that can kind of chime into what we
Finally.
was talking about?
Oh man, let's see. Yo, pardon me, but how can we save these babies? When I speak of their being as being that of gods and goddesses, I hear the sounds of pimps and hoes, bucks and mammies. When we were written before scriptures, suns, moons, stars spoke, causing time to become ancient before ancient time are we. Speaking at 186,000 miles per second, our light was the shine that called humanity to see. Shift your idea of reality. While physically moving at 1,120 feet per second, our light breathes, our sound breathes, and drum beats, warriors, sons and daughters, puppets on industry strings got you breathing and bling. Beats sound like Willie still lynching, while Mr. Charlie continues to breed sleepwalkers. And don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream, so that's what them youth do. While society tell them dream big got get money tattooed on their lips, so when them youth spit, big be like, yo, spit the whole clip. So them youth spit fake jewels masquerading as riches like pow pow, simply used as tools to control we youth wishes like pow pow. Make the mistake of dissing and them youth be like pow pow. A sickness evolved from disease imagery we believe is the hot-ish. Watch the youth, watch the older generation applaud it. In fact, role model it. Sambo and Uncle Tom it. Then question why them youth them borrow it. And be vexed when real poetry come and spoil it. Education tell the youth why them borrow it, so they see the need to disregard it. Load and lock and fire it, reverse the target. My aim, traders with false promises. Orientations tricking the youth into believing they will receive more gold than ever for their labor. Lies got A-alikes at war with future leaders made to be unalike. Fighting to show and prove we be alike and need to begin to see alike. And this makes me a threat. To Uncle Tommy and the establishment, I'm like the cure for AIDS the government continues to suppress. The voice of hip-hop screaming, I'm not dead yet. The souls of living poets snatching mics out of dead rappers' hands, snatching breaths. Too much sneezing, too much mucus dripping from sick lips. They spitting commercialized English, homegrown 1619 indentured servant hits. Toxic language on how to become legalized slaves. 1641 riffs. 17th century legislation arrested their development. The industry enslavement kept quiet like the good ship Jesus slave ship. North America's African slavery. Too many similarities got me ready to Nat Turner flip. I've been reading the scriptures of ancient poetry hymns, opening my pores, applying papyrus to my skin so I can bleed rivers, instruct my flow to flow south to north, libation, quench the thirst of the earth, then ask me youth to drink these words. So my passage forth is right and exact. In fact, my passage forth is actual fact. Warriors, sons and daughters, we are actual fact.
Yeah, baby. Machine Gun Kelly.
And before we go in, because I know we got to marinate on that, but I'm about to challenge my brother over here, Chaotic, because there's two way of doing things. Now, there's two type of Black Lives Matter. There's the one that we know of that come from the heart and doing what we trying to do, and we know that Black Lives Matter, and
That's
we
right.
know we fighting for this thing. And then there's those that are saying, yeah, Black Lives Matter, and they're capitalizing. they're doing the paperwork and getting the money.
Yeah.
Okay? So,
Now, RZA said, all lives matter. We'll talk about that later. Go ahead.
so
Right.
I'm about to challenge you right now because I
Please
listened
do.
to your CD, right?
Yes.
Cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull a trigger on a nigga, he's a hero. Okay, so slow it down for me a little bit. Chop it a little bit. Take a little something now because we on the time clock right now. But
Right. Okay.
hip hop and poetryize it right now for me.
Check it
real
out.
quick.
So, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a student of the late great Machiavelli. You know, and Machiavelli had a philosophy. His philosophy was thug life. Thug life meaning the hate you give little infants f's everybody. Now, to my understanding, Black Lives Matter is the same as thugs life. The cops kill us. You know, the hate that they give us is gonna f everybody. Cause in the end, we just gonna riot and burn everything down. Thug life, Black Lives Matter, same philosophy. So that's how I spit it in my rhymes, and that's coming from my heart. And you know, and to tell you the truth, you know, my Black life didn't matter. You know, I got sent to the Twin Towers for a falsified crime. So that's really like the pain that I'm putting in my music. You know, it's from experience, it's from wisdom. That's that Tahuti power. That's what I use in my music that differentiates me from other artists.
Right.
So the Black Lives Matter, I just felt like, you know, I could relate to that because, you know, I'm a young black male growing up in the hood, you know, just trying to find an opportunity, you know, and I see everybody else getting an opportunity. I'm like, yo, where's my opportunity
Right.
at? You know? You know,
Right.
I already know that the system is set up to castrate the black man. You know, so since I found that out, I just have to do everything I can to, you know, go against the system. So that's why I'm screaming. I'm
So
down with the
you're gonna
Black
come
Lives
back
Matter.
on another show and do it for us?
Oh yeah,
Perform that for-
definitely.
You gotta do that. You know that's my favorite song.
Got you.
Okay, so
No
we'll do it
doubt.
on another one.
You know,
So back to the host, Eddie Lamont.
he said, you know, he said castration, and you know, castration in today's time comes in many forms. Back then it was physical, but now it's on the spiritual and the mental realm, and now they're castrating us through something called the megalomedia. And you know, 60 seconds, 60 minutes, wow, Superforce Radio. Time never was when man was never. Woo. Hey, this is crazy, right? Superforce Radio. Superforce Radio, right? Eddie Lamont's the pace setter, along with Tasha Arcette, the divine feminine. And these are serious times, and we crack a smile whenever we can.
That's right.
Just to let people know that we are human, and laughter and happiness is a state of mind that induces great health.
Right.
It develops these beautiful endorphins in our body that eradicates cancer and other such ill toxins that may enter our body, minds, and spirit. And these things are needed. And so I want to commend you, brothers. Thank you for shedding your light. You got to come down because you got the bomb CD, and we'll get that point across. And thank you, brother, for coming down as a champion that you are and shedding your light. Superforce Radio, the Urban Lounger Radio TV.
Blessing for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anytime. This is what this forum is all about.
This is you all platform, you know, and I thank you all because I see just like we listen to Beyonce's and the Tupac's, I'm feeling y'all. You know what I mean? You all making a difference. So we just want to commend you and just say, you know, support these artists when you see them at venues headlining or when they have their CDs. Support me, Tasha said, like my page. See what I'm up to. Support Superforce.
Superforce Radio,
Support
like that page.
LA Talk Live.
Like that page.
We're growing as a unit. We're moving as one, and this is our house.
Yeah,
you
this
know,
is our
and
house.
So support what we're doing.
Right.
You know, tune in, subscribe to us so we can bring this information to you. We have so many people and different shows. So just tune in. Thanks for showing the love right now. You can find me on Facebook under Superforce Radio or LA Talk Live. Peace to my man Rich Carr and Van for holding it down. And thank you for this plateau.
Thank you for the plateau. Yeah, brothers.
You want to shout out real quick?
Yeah, just want to say, check me out on CD Baby, Chaotic the Hustler 1. And, Grass to Riches. I'm about to be dropping a new album.
Yeah.
Soon. With me, too. I'm going to be on there, too.
Yeah, I'm looking for some collaborations, definitely. And in the next year and a half, doctor of the music industry.
Say
That's
no
all
more.
I'm gonna say.
And Eternal, what about you?
Oh man, support the art.
That's
one
right.
of the things that creativity, and the art brings creativity. So anytime they attempt to distract and pull away the creativity, there's a reason.
Beautiful.
There's a reason.
Art brings creativity and it brings solutions and all that other good stuff. Beautiful, well put. Peace and love to William Harvick, president of the Prototype Organization out there at the California University in Long Beach. We'll be talking soon. We'll get your organization on the show. Tati Hilton, Shala, Maestro, Imani, Casual, Freedom, and Compton, Brooklyn, Fayetteville. Peace and love.
Family and BX.
Yeah. How about you, Tasha Arset, the Divine
Man,
Feminine?
Support me. We need some sponsors and people to advertise. So holla at your girl. Inbox me. Talk to me. And
I sent out a lot of letters last week.
Yeah, we sent out a lot of it. So, hey,
that's around the
things
corner.
are on the rise and it's moving.
Superforce Radio, the Urban Lounge Radio TV.
All right.
LA Talk Live, right?
Yes.
Where all is possible.
Yes.
Thank you for coming together and making this forum happen, right?
Yes,
I want to say peace and love, Islam to the Moors, peace and love to the gods and the earths, like I said before.
This guy let it talk.
Compton, the Ayatollah, Shala, peace and love. We'll do our thing in 2 more weeks, brother. And Ben, you're still not here. We'll talk about that behind closed doors. Thank you, Superforce Radio. 2 and 2.
Peace.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. Peace and love.
Lo and behold, there stares the king. Now I flip the books and dealt with crooks. Knighted crooks made queens rip off their gowns. That real shit that crush all nouns. With more bass than third world sound. Now you better believe for me to overachieve. I took the vaccine and crushed the disease. Turn this down a notch, baby. Talk about the blocks in the watch, nigga. Flavor of the drop shit, Eddie Maybach. Most of y'all want me to rhyme non-stop, but Poopa Quan said when it's short, keep it hot. So I'ma kick that shit that broke up the rock. Gave Athena pop and Bob Marley locks, and Michael Lowe $100 million jackpot. So place your bets and watch me fly. So high they don't even know why. I pay dues to wear these shoes, homie. Where I'm from, the nice guys move. A veteran's life with grown man moves. I'm a veteran. I pay dues to wear these shoes, baby. Where I'm from, the nice guys move. A veteran's life with grown man moves. I'm a veteran. Grown man moves. A veteran. Yes. Took me too hard. Yes. Took me too long to wear these shoes. Yes.
Thank you for tuning in to LA Talk Live, reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we're more than just talk. Stay tuned.